We'll meet a professional golfer who got her swing back.
And I thought, I'm just gonna go and see Dr. Jeff because he helped my mom.
And we'll check in with one young patient who Dr. Jeff treated a few years ago to see how she's doing today.
It's an easy way to relieve pain and helps in the long run opposed to surgery.
And we'll also talk with a woman who truly believes that her treatment with Dr. Jeff saved her life.
I wasn't gonna live or do it anymore. I had given up.
All that and more coming up now.
When I was a student at Indiana University, it was a rite of passage as a graduating senior to jump off a 70-foot cliff into water. And when I jumped, I jammed my back. It was so bad, though, for about 2 weeks, truly, I couldn't sit down. My father, who is a chiropractor, treated my back. I got better, and I decided at that point in time I would be a chiropractor. But what was happening was this back pain was creeping back into my life. It was getting worse to the point where I stopped golfing, I couldn't pick up my kids. You're in this capsule of back pain where you don't want to do anything. I knew that the surgery for my problem was really not a good outcome. It wasn't a good choice. But I couldn't fix it. So I went on this quest and I sought out specialists all over the country, getting their ideas, getting their thoughts. I took the best pieces of all these different procedures and I kind of put them together into a program. And my pain went away and my pain never came back.
Hi, I'm Dan Hampton. Now, welcome to Get Your Life Back with Dr. Jeff. As a former pro football player, I know firsthand how painful back problems can be. Now, for some of us, back pain can get so bad that surgery may be recommended. But for the next half hour, we're going to explore another option. Dr. Jeff Wittenheimer has saved hundreds of patients from surgery, even the worst cases, the ones that seemed hopeless. Welcome, Dr. Jeff.
Thanks, Hamp.
Dr. Jeff, I heard there are 3 really important trends that are happening right now when it comes to back pain. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Back pain is on the rise. Chronic back pain is worse. 5% of the population in the year 1990 had chronic back pain. It's up to 10% now. 8 million people cannot physically work today because of back pain. The #1 reason people miss work is back pain.
Now, those are some pretty amazing numbers. What's being done to control that?
Part of what is happening is as back pain gets worse, the treatments are getting more aggressive. So the use of narcotics has gone up 400% in the last 20 years. The use of surgery has also gone up, and the more severe surgeries, fusions, are on the rise. 25% of all people that get a fusion end up with a second fusion.
Well, Doc, you know, my wife referred me to you, and for me, it was about getting back to where I could hit a golf ball and doing the simple things. And that's what I told you on the front end. Well, here's a story about pro golfer Nicole Jure, whose mother referred her to you to help solve her back pain and to get her swing back.
I'm an LPGA touring professional. I've been playing professional golf for over 20 years and have always had a lot of back and neck pain, but my golf game was struggling the last bunch of years, and I finally really jarred it at the airport doing luggage. And I thought, I'm just gonna go and see Dr. Jeff because he helped my mom. He totally cured my mom's back, and I thought he'll be able to help me.
Because of my pain, I couldn't drive a car. I couldn't do my housework. It was just awful. But I wound up in a hospital. I stayed there for 4 days. They couldn't do anything. They told me, if it doesn't get better, you get a shot in your spine. Didn't work very well. I went to therapy. It still didn't work. So then he told me, if it really doesn't get better, then you have to have surgery because your discs in your back, number 4 or 5, they're not working very well.
And I was getting really worried because she's not getting better, and surgery is not a good idea.
Then I came to the Illinois Back Institute.
I didn't know what it was, so I went on the internet and I researched it and watched all the videos and read all about it, and I was completely sold. I thought if anybody could help my mom, it would be Dr. Jeff.
They're real nice, these people. They showed me around whatever they were doing over there was fascinating. 15 sessions or so, I felt real good about it, and I kept going back, and I'm good ever since.
Her back is excellent. So when I hurt my back, I knew that they could help me right away. I guess from all the wear and tear and then just the one-sided golf swing really made me unstable. So when I picked up a piece of luggage the wrong way, it really snapped it, and I was nervous. My pain level was close to 10. I mean, I was in a lot of pain, and I could barely stand up or walk, and I was like, how am I ever gonna play golf again, let alone walk and sit? And I was worried because, I've been chasing this dream of mine for so many years. When I was in treatment and they first started fixing my back, it took, I would say, 3 treatments before I started feeling a little bit better. I knew, though, during the first treatment that I was going to get better because I could feel they were addressing the exact problem, and everything that we were doing was to strengthen me and get me in the place that I needed to be. This is excellent. And the whole traction thing is something that I really believed in, so I knew it was going to work.
I can do everything, anything I want. I can do inside, outside. I can go play golf 3 times a week sometimes. I mean, not as good as they go, but I do it.
As of today, my pain level is 0, and I am so much stronger in my hips and in my core, and I have Dr. Jeff and his team of people to thank for that.
And I would tell anybody, you have to do that if you get back pains.
My back is solid. I haven't had any problems in 2 years with my neck or back. And the extra bonus is my golf game is even better.
Okay, Dr. Jeff, I noticed that Nicole's mother referred her to you. My wife referred me to you. And every day I refer all kinds of people to you because they always come up to me and say, hey, I've seen those commercials with you and Dr. Jeff. Does he really work? And I say, yes, he does. Not only should you go, but I insist you go. And of the hundreds of people, like 98% of them come back and say, it was the best thing I ever did.
Nobody has referred more patients than Dan Hampton, and I appreciate it.
Oh, it's the
Thank
best.
you.
Hey, I want everyone to be pain-free as best they can, because when you have back problems, you know it. Okay, Dr. Jeff, what exactly causes neck and back pain?
Now, what we have found is about 99% of the time, the disc is involved with the back pain. Nicole suffered from a fairly common problem called a bulging disc. And we have a breakthrough process that rejuvenates and rehydrates the discs without surgery.
Okay, we're going to learn more about that in this next feature. What exactly causes neck and back pain?
To understand that, we need to take a closer look at the spine. Between the head and the hips, there are 24 vertebrae. These bones shroud and protect the spinal cord from the neck all the way to the pelvis. Between each vertebrae, there is a disc. The disc does 3 things. They allow for motion, they act as a shock absorber to the spine, and allow for enough room between the vertebrae for the nerves to exit the spine. I have found that the vertebrae usually are not the problem, it's the discs. The discs are a lot like a jelly donut in the sense that the outside part of the disc, a thick cartilage called the annulus, the inside part is the jelly material known as the nucleus. But if the jelly begins to dry out, the disc becomes unstable and weak. It's like driving on a leaking tire. Once the process starts, the annulus weakens and tears. Hello, back and neck pain. There are many things that cause the discs to break down. Poor posture, the way you move, the way you sit, and the way you bend all contribute to this problem. Degenerative disc disease is one of the most common issues. It can arise from accidents, even old ones, and other traumas. Athletes are especially prone to this problem. But even young and healthy people may suffer from degenerative disc disease because of their daily activities. And as we age, the discs in our spine begin to wear and tear. Fixing these issues at the core is what we do at the Illinois Back Institute every single day. The first thing we do is a free consultation, and that is crucial. It's also important to get some imaging tests, and the MRI is a great tool to help us pinpoint the problem. We try to identify what the patient is going through. How bad is the problem? How long has it been going on? What caused it? Then what we do is we resolve the issue at the disc, meaning that our unique system takes pressure off the discs and then we rehydrate them. All this is done without drugs and surgery. We allow oxygen and nutrients to flow back into the nucleus. We also use vibration to stimulate blood flow. Simultaneously, we stabilize the spine by reactivating the muscles that support it. It's a combination of all these things that ultimately heals the discs, reversing the degenerative process and eliminating neck and back pain. It's like putting air back into your tires. It can eliminate all of the problems, including sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, degenerative disc disease, bulging discs, and herniated discs.
If you're suffering from neck and back pain, call the Illinois Back Institute for a free evaluation at 877-472-5171. Or go to illinoisbackpain.com. Heal the damage, rejuvenate your back, and live pain-free. Okay, Doc, you're up to how many clinics now?
We got Arlington Heights, Wheaton, Countryside, Orland Park, and most recently we opened up just outside of Milwaukee in Sussex, Wisconsin.
Okay, now one of the important things to remember is you don't just treat NFL Hall of Famers like me, right?
My program has proven to work not just for NFL Hall of Famers, but for soccer moms and their soccer players. We tailor each program specific to the patient's needs.
Okay, now coming up, we're going to hear from one of those patients. We'll visit with Mercedes Matthews.
Mercedes Matthews came to us when she was 12 years old. She had a severely herniated disc. Everybody wanted her to have surgery except for us. We got her better without surgery, and we're going to find out how she's doing now.
Okay, that's next on Get Your Life Back with Dr. Jeff.
If you work at a desk all day, you may run into back problems through the simple act of getting in and out of your chair. Believe it or not, there's a right way and a wrong way. You want to avoid flexion, which puts too much pressure on the discs of your spine. That's bad. The right way, scoot forward to the edge of your chair, get your feet underneath your body, and stand up using your hips. It's simple, and it's a lot easier on your back.
Neck and back problems? You're not alone. Take it from an NFL Hall of Famer.
In 1979, I was a rookie and I was playing against one of the best players in the league. And I tried to get him engaged and then throw him. And when I did, I had wrenched the vertebrae in my back out of whack. And from that point on, it never was the same. I couldn't tie my shoes. I couldn't sleep. I mean, it was madness. When I first met Dr. Jeff, we saw eye to eye about what I needed and where I needed to go. He has an awful lot of cutting edge, innovative ways of taking the weight load off and allowing you to work the muscles without, the full body weight. Today, I don't even concern myself with, kind of making a mental note or a mental list of what I can and cannot do.
Call the Illinois Back Institute at 877-472-5171 for a free consultation.
Anybody with a license knows your back can ache when you're at the wheel, but there are easy fixes. A lot of people lean forward. Don't do that. You put too much pressure on the discs in your spine. You need to get into an upright position, adjust your car seat, and use your lumbar support. Most cars have it, but if you don't, what you can do is roll up a small towel and put it behind your back. And remember, use your seatbelt.
Welcome back. I'm Dan Hampton, and you're watching Get Your Life Back with Dr. Jeff. Now, we're talking about a breakthrough treatment that can save people from back surgery. How many visits does it take?
We're looking at about 3 times a week for about 3 months.
Okay, so 36 sessions.
36 is about average. It could be more, it could be a little bit less, but typically people start to feel relief right away. Our goal is to take the pressure off the disc and start to rehydrate the disc to help eliminate the neck and back pain.
Okay, now here's some results that last. Here's a story about Mercedes Matthews.
Mercedes came to us when she was 12, and she had a severely herniated disc, and she went to 3 specialists from 3 different hospitals, and all of them told her she needed surgery.
Oh, until she came to the Illinois Back Institute. Now, 4 years later, she's still pain-free after avoiding surgery with Dr. Jeff's treatments.
When I was 12, I went tubing and I flipped off the tube. My back started to really hurt. At first, it was a really sharp pain in my back. I couldn't do a lot of things that normal 12-year-olds can do, like go on the swings or jump on the trampoline, go tubing. And I couldn't sit for more than 30 minutes. So I had to keep fidgeting and moving around. My parents brought me to several hospitals looking for treatment, and I was on major painkillers. At the time, I went to the Mayo Clinic, Rush, and Children's Memorial. I was scheduled to get surgery twice, which really freaked me out. When I first came to the Illinois Back Institute, my pain level was really high in my lower back. They stretch you out a lot. They gave me different exercises to do at home and did exercises with me here, and it overall helps a lot. And now I feel great. They were able to cancel the surgery. It only took a couple of months till I saw improvement significantly. If I didn't have treatment at the Back Institute, I would have had to gone through surgery and probably have gone through surgery many times after that and continue taking medication. I wouldn't be able to go tubing or wakeboarding, sailboating, learn how to drive, be able to sit in class, or go to clubs after school. A year after I started treatment, I was able to do a lot of the things that I was able to do before. Go tubing again, and skiing, wakeboarding, on the wave runner. I'm now pain-free. I appreciate what Dr. Jeff and the team did for me because I'm now pain-free and able to get my life back. Because my treatment was successful, my dad is coming here also to get treatment on his pinched nerve. I would recommend anyone who has back pain to go to the Illinois Back Institute because it's an easy way to relieve pain and helps in the long run opposed to surgery.
What a great story. No pain pills, no surgery.
You know, probably 65% of the patients that come into our clinic have been recommended to have surgery. 20% have had surgery. And what I tell them is make us your first stop, not your last stop.
Freedom from pain, freedom from surgery.
That's our mantra at the Illinois Back Institute. It's active dynamic therapy.
If you're suffering from neck and back pain, call the Illinois Back Institute for a free evaluation at 877-472-5171. Or go to illinoisbackpain.com. Heal the damage, rejuvenate your back, and live pain-free. Now it's time for Backspin, a feature in which we examine healthy living topics related to your spine. This week, Dr. Jeff's got some advice for anyone who spends time in the kitchen.
There are certain things that we do every day that make our backs worse. One of the things that we do is cooking. And today I'm with Chef Brian, and chefs are notorious for back pain.
Yeah, we are. We really are. You know, I used to suffer a lot of back and neck problems, but with some great pointers, you know, we've alleviated some of that pressure on my back. You gave me the one about raising my cutting board level so I don't have to bend as much. It was a great tip. Really helped alleviate some of that pain.
Yeah, the key with the cutting board is have it high enough where you're not bending it. When you're bending a lot, it loads the disc in your back. So the key is to avoid the bending. I see that you have your cutting board that is high enough so you don't bend. I also see that you have a footstool here.
Yeah, you know, the footstool, raising one of my legs while I'm working, it actually alleviates some of the pressure on my disc, which really helps alleviate some of that problems. There's a couple of other things that we do on a daily basis. For example, we stand on rubber mats and we wear comfortable shoes throughout the day, and they really help to alleviate some of those issues.
Excellent, excellent. I see you're putting together some salmon here. Tell me about the salmon.
Well, the salmon is really great. It's one of those things that you told us about. It's anti-inflammatory. It has honey and omega-3 fatty acids, along with a little bit of olive oil, a little saute on the salmon, and it really helps.
The omega-3 fatty acids are very good for bringing down inflammation. Now, when the spine breaks down, it becomes inflamed, and that's what causes back pain. The key is to avoid the bending and also add the foods that maybe will decrease some of the inflammation.
Yeah. You know, and this little piece of salmon, what's great about it is it's so easy to make, and we're just going to pair this up with a beautiful little salad of asparagus, fava beans, and a little bit of fennel. And what's great is it's nutritious and it's healthy for us.
And you bought this locally as well, right?
Yeah, you know, we've got to get away from that sedentary lifestyle. So we need to get out, visit the farmers markets, buy some of these great nutritious ingredients, and put them together. They're very simple, easy to do at home.
Sure. Back pain, what happens sometimes people aren't moving around so much. You need to get up, start moving around, get some good quality foods, get some high nutrition vegetables, less bending, good back,
Good eating.
good life.
Hey, great tips, Dr. Jeff. How much does nutrition play a role in recovery from back pain?
You know, we encourage our patients to eat foods that are really good for the back. The biggest thing would be walnuts, cherries, pineapple, and try to avoid the caffeine.
Now, when we come back, we'll meet one woman who says Dr. Jeff's treatments saved her life. That's next on Get Your Life Back with Dr. Jeff.
Just like getting out of your chair, there's a right way and a wrong way of getting out of your car. You need to avoid loading pressure on your discs by exiting your vehicle too quickly. Put your right hand on the steering wheel and your left hand on the seat. Turn your body and your legs at the same time. Slide to the edge of your seat and use your hips to stand. Remember, there's no rush.
Is your pain compromising your life? Dr. Jeff can help.
My biggest passion in the world is the horses, riding my horse, showing my horse. 6-7 months ago, I was working him and my shoulders and my hips just tightened up and I couldn't really do anything. I had gone to several therapists, massage therapists, I had seen several chiropractors, I had seen acupuncturists, and nothing was working. I didn't think I was going to be able to ride again. Finally, I had listened to my neighbors who had been telling me for weeks to go see Dr. Jeff. Never once did anybody say, take a pain pill. Never once did anybody say, you need surgery. It was all about fixing it in a much more natural environment, natural setting. I can pretty much do everything that I hadn't been able to do for months. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to actually get back and do what you love doing.
Call the Illinois Back Institute at 877-472-5171 for a free consultation.
Young athletes can injure themselves just like weekend warriors. It's crucial to warm up. The squat is great for baseball. Keep your back straight and your knees over your feet. Lunges mobilize your hips. Be sure to keep your back upright and your knee behind your toes. Side steps stabilize your body. Get into a partial squat and step about 5 times to each side. Do at least 3 repetitions of each exercise and keep that playing streak alive.
Welcome back to Get Your Life Back with Dr. Jeff. I'm Dan Hampton, and I'm here with Dr. Jeff, founder of the Illinois Back Institute. Now, he invented a breakthrough treatment to heal back pain and save people from surgery, and in one case, maybe even saved a woman from far worse.
Carmelita was a patient of ours, and she came in with such severe back pain that she truly contemplated suicide on more than one occasion.
Her case is next on Backstory.
I was a junior in high school, and I was walking in heels in the snow, and I took a fall. And after that, I just began to have back pain, and I just never knew why. I never went to the doctor. I'm 17, I'm young. I got up and kept walking. But over the years of wear and tear, my disc began to degenerate, and my tailbone cracked, and it did not heal, so it became unaligned. And that's when all the trouble started. I started to go to different chiropractors, and I said, well, they all have these different type of plans. So I said, well, this one didn't help me. I will go to the next one, and I will go on and on. But I actually went to see an orthopedic, and I did have back surgery, and it came out very positive, actually. I did very well with the back surgery, but I had a setback. I worked in a call center, and sitting at a desk for long periods of time, I had pleaded with my manager, I called the nurse, I called my union foreman at that time, to give me a desk that worked, because sitting long periods of time, I wasn't aware what had happened. So I went back to the orthopedic just in dismay. The pain was so unbearable that it caused my blood pressure to go up, and I almost endured a stroke. So the doctor says, you're gonna have to take some pain pills until you figure out what you're gonna do. I had decided if I had to be in pain every day like I had been for the rest of my life, then I wasn't gonna live or do it anymore. I had given up. I was going to bed one night, and this was gonna be the night. I'm just gonna take more than I've ever taken. One prescription was 100 pills. It was just so hard being in pain every day. And I prayed, and I said, I need you to show me a sign. I need you to show up and show me a sign if you really want me to live. And when I got up, Dr. Jeff's infomercial was still on that TV. It was on the TV. It wasn't on there when I began to pray, but the infomercial was on the TV. And I see Illinois Back Institute, so I went and turned the TV up physically, and I called the office the next day to get my free consultation, and I began to go, and Dr. Jeff actually did save my life. I've missed weddings, I've missed outings, I've missed so many important things because of the back issue. So now it's like, I'm trying to make up, I should say. If someone's talking about pain or a sciatic nerve, you need to go to Dr. Jeff, because he can help you get your life back. Absolutely.
If you're suffering from neck and back pain, call the Illinois Back Institute for a free evaluation at 877-472-5171. Or go to illinoisbackpain.com. Heal the damage, rejuvenate your back, and live pain-free. Now, Dr. Jeff, the folks want to know, is this covered by insurance?
The good news is it is covered by insurance. It's covered by Blue Cross. All our doctors are in the PPOs, all the major PPOs. It's covered by Medicare. And if you don't have insurance, we have a program called Care Credit. It's like a credit card where you pay for your health care with this credit card.
Thank you, Dr. Jeff. Freedom from pain, freedom from surgery.
That's our goal at the Illinois Back Institute. If you have back pain that's not going away and you want to get your life back, you come see us.
Thanks, everybody. For Dr. Jeff, I'm Dan Hampton. You've been watching Get Your Life Back with Dr. Jeff.
Neck and back pain can affect anyone, even teenagers.
We went tubing and we were like literally flying on the tube. Like I twisted and I went into the water.
She started feeling pain in her back and behind her left leg.
You know, I was in a lot of pain and I would actually walk funny. We went to the Children's Hospital, then to Rush Hospital, I think, and then we went to the Mayo Clinic.
They all agreed that she should have surgery.
We were like, nah, we can't do this.
My dad, he saw a commercial.
It's talking about back pain.
I called and the consult was free.
They told us that her age and so on, that they could help her. And they said they would definitely not hurt her.
Then after about a month, she started getting some relief.
She doesn't walk favoring her leg anymore.
I can sit through the whole class period and just sit there.
It was phenomenal. We couldn't believe it.
Call the Illinois Back Institute at 877-472-5171 for a free consultation.